Tyrone, we have to find him. Ow! Have to get up. I have to warn everyone about Carnage. Spider-Man had been injured in pursuit of Carnage. Spider-Man's evil doppelganger had knocked him down into this alleyway, landing in a dumpster, injured. Little did Spider-Man know that Venom was on the way to confront Carnage. His battle ahead would be tough, especially starting out like this. Cloak had teleported around the city, where Spider-Man was sighted fighting the villains. Huh? Is someone there? Help! Tyrone had found Spider-Man. Hearing his pleas for help, he could tell that Spider-Man was injured. He didn't hesitate for a second. In a flash, Cloak disappeared and reappeared again. Spider-Man was blinded by his pain. I think my ribs are broken. A light emerged from Tyrone's cloak. Stay calm. We have you. Mary Jane? Aunt May? Is that you? Tandy. Is he? I don't know, Tyrone. Get us home. Home? Home sounds nice. Maybe we can have some wheat cakes in the morning. Let me just rest for a second. I think he's gonna be okay, Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone, I'll be fine. Back again, action figure fans. This time with a review of Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Or as he's more lovingly known, as Pizza Spidey. Because he comes with a piece of pizza. In this video, we'll also talk about toy photography and telling stories. Or making up your own stories. We'll also do quite a few comparisons. Because I don't know about you, but in some of the other toy reviews, I love that part. If this is your first time visiting the channel, then welcome. These are toy reviews, done with a little story. In this video, the stories are told through toy photography. Kind of like comic book panels. If you're looking to find out whether the figures are worth it, they absolutely are. This Spider-Man figure was quite a game changer for Marvel Legends. With the addition of multiple hands and an interchangeable head, toy photographers and action figure collectors could be more creative. This figure in particular has inspired quite a few of the other Spider-Man action figures. They used this body mold quite a bit, and now they're about to retire it. So I guess the timing's right. We'll definitely take a look at the other figures with the same body mold, and the new one. So let's get back to a short story. Here's the figure that they're going to use moving forwards, for Spider-Man, this body mold at least. We'll talk about it more a little bit later, but for now, enjoy the short story. Kane? Kane. Kane! Is that you, my boy? Kane didn't know what to expect. It is you! Now, Kane, that's no way to treat your brother. Kane was somewhat petrified by the sound of the Jackal's voice. He didn't know how to react. Are you boys squabbling again? It's so good to see you, Kane. Come give your father a hug. Oh, packing on the pounds there, Kane. Now what's this? I don't remember giving you these. Someone take a note. Put those away. You don't need those here. You're with family now. Come over here. I have someone I want you to meet. Come meet your new baby brother. The Jackal was up to his old tricks again. Kane felt like he was looking into a mirror. What's the matter, my boy? You look upset. Oh, poor Kane. You didn't actually think you stood a chance, did you? So for you Spider-Man fans, that was just a little fanfiction from the Clone Saga. Hopefully you noticed there were 5 different Spider-Men, all based on the Pizza Spidey toy. This was the classic Spider-Man figure. I grabbed this one because it's fun to have multiple Spider-Man to do clones, or in this case, I actually bought it because I wanted to have another figure for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. One of the biggest things for me is that I actually collect not just to collect, but to tell stories. With toy photography, You can tell a story with one picture, or multiple pictures, and make your own comic book. It's fun to be creative with the characters that you enjoy, however you do it, if it's making a movie, taking pictures, or just playing. What about you? Why do you collect? And what do you do with your figures? Let us all know in the comments down below. There's plenty of room for new creative ideas. So let's move into our next story, the main story, our comparisons. So without further ado, this is Mysterio's dream. That gas, it's messing with my spider senses. I can't tell what's real and what's not. Oh, my Finally, head. After all these years, Spider-Man, I finally beat you. Mysterio had always dreamed about being the one villain that defeated Spider-Man. Peter began his descent into his dreams. Dreams of hope and madness. This is no time to give up, soldier. Huh? Cap? Snap out of it, Pete! Tony? Jarvis, call on the Avengers. Oh, my head. Alright, Avengers. Everyone look this way. Peter thought he was posing for a picture with the Avengers. Young Parker, I didn't realize you were such a photographer. Kid, is that the camera you're working with? I gotta get you a new one. Okay, Avengers. Everyone smile. Especially you, Hulk. Peter could sense that something wasn't right. Huh? Wait a minute. How did I get... Mysterio! Stay with me, Spider-Man. There's no Captain America or Iron Man here to save you. The Avengers can't help you now. Ah! Huh? Where'd he go? This is strange. I don't think these are illusions. I think I'm dreaming. I think my mind is trying to reach out for someone to help me. Come on, Peter. Think. Huh? Everyone changed. Who are these guys? Come on, stay focused, Pete. Think of who can help you out of this, or how can you get out of this. Peter's mind was trying to find a way to calm itself. Huh? Why does everything keep changing? Wait a minute. Is that a boombox? Who are you? Is that an ant? With a samurai sword? Hi. I'm Spider-Man. I guess that makes you... Ant-Man? And what's with the music? Hey, who's that little guy? You know, this music's actually helping. Hey, little guy. Easy, easy. I don't need any more problems. I already have enough. Thanks. I'll keep my distance. I get it. Peter had forgot that Dr. Strange had taught him. Anytime that you're in the astral plane or in a dream state, a focus point will help you. In this case, it could be the music, or the boombox, or the idea of one single tiny ant. Well, I definitely feel more focused. Let me think about who can help me. Thing? Don't even worry about this, Pete. And Johnny? Yeah, I think they could help. We'll have you out of here in no time. Ben, you can sit this one out. Pete, I got this. I'm just gonna burn right through Mysterio's illusions. What's Ben gonna do? Punch him? Okay, Pete. Here goes nothing. Well, that didn't work. Huh? Hey, I was just thinking about you guys. Peter started thinking through all the superhero teams he'd worked with. Listen, bub. We'll cut you out of here in no time. Hey, watch it with those. Peter was struggling to stay focused. He couldn't remember the name of the X-Men he was looking for. Yeah, sounds great. But I was actually just thinking of... Actually, I was hoping Nightcrawler would show up. Maybe he could... I'm here, my friend. Beck, did you find him? Huh? That voice. What's he doing here? Peter recognized that voice right away. It was Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. It threw off his focus. In this dream, that wasn't a good thing. Otto, what are you doing here? So easily you forget, Peter. Your death here would only secure my place. I defeated AIM. I conquered Hydra. And now I've mastered death. I am the superior Spider-Man. Trust me, Peter. You won't be missed. This has gone on long enough, Otto. I'll stop you right here. Huh? You can try. We are Venom. Huh? No, not that. I am the superior Spider-Man. Frustrated and angry, Peter's emotions were getting the best of him. Those words triggered a rage in Peter that he hadn't felt in a long time. Peter, wake up! You're just dreaming! Otto, I'm gonna... Huh? How did I end up in my black suit? Good thing I don't have the symbiote. Pete had been down dark paths before. It wasn't a place he wanted to return to. Wait a minute. I gotta calm down. Come on, Pete. Let's refocus. Again, different Spider-Men flash before Peter. Well, that's an idea. Maybe I could explore... I'm almost there. Whatever Mysterio is using on me is making it hard to wake up. Don't forget about me, Tiger. Huh? Mary Jane? Come home, Peter. Peter felt a better sense of calm, seeing Mary Jane. He could think clear again. These guys can get me out of here. At least I think they can. Well, alright. I guess it's our turn. Hey, Pete. Hammy? Yep, you called. We answered. Hey, Pete. Miles, that you? We're all here. Me? Penny? Miles? Gwen? Although you might not recognize Spider-Man Noir, ever since I let him borrow my wooden mallet, he's been carrying it around over his shoulder, like he's Thor. Huh? Who's Thor? We just wanted to remind you that without you, none of us would be here. Hey Pete, let's get a picture real quick. We're all your biggest fans. Peter's confidence was boosted. He was feeling pretty good. And one more thing, Pete. Wake up. Oh, and duck. What is that? What's the matter? No clever quips now? I'm gonna enjoy this. Now, Pete, get down. Ow! Huh? What's that thing made of? You ignorant dolt! All this posing and posturing, you're letting him get away! Oh, you eight-legged freak! Ugh. You hit me in the ear! Mysterio had been working with Dr. Octopus and the Sinister Six. Once again, his dreams were dashed. I can't even hear! Peter's spider sense went off at just the right time. At least that's what he thought. But we all know he had a little help from his friends. So there you go, Marvel Legends fans, and Spider-Man fans. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video, or comparison video, I guess. So there's a few more things I wanted to go over. We didn't really go over Articulation, and we also didn't go over the new Spider-Man that's coming out, or what they're going to be doing with the new figure. So here's a look at the very first Spider-Man Marvel Legend from Toy Biz. This action figure changed everything. Toy collectors and Spider-Man fans always wanted a figure that they could fully articulate. With the release of this figure, Spider-Man fans got a whole line of Spider-Man toys similar. Not only was the articulation amazing, but as you can see here, the sculpt was really nice, the details, the paint applications, the shading. There was a Spider-Man figure before this, from the Secret Wars, that was fully articulated, but you could see all the metal joints, and it wasn't as nicely detailed. Toy Biz Marvel Legends started a trend that still goes on till today. The Spider-Man right here on the right is referred to as the McFarlane Spidey. As you can see, he's tall and slim, like the artwork from Todd McFarlane. This figure was also a game changer at the time. The articulation was really nice. You could get this figure into even more realistic poses, or realistic for Spider-Man, I guess. This figure even had fully articulated hands, or at least the 4 fingers. The feel of the joints was really smooth. It was really easily articulated. The sculpt work and the paint were still very well detailed. The original version of this figure was the classic blue and red, like the Spider-Man behind him. And he also came with its web wings, like the web wings from the 90s. So for a long time, this was everyone's go-to Spider-Man figure. The biggest complaints on this figure was that it was too thin. It was still fun to play with, though. I mean, getting those classic Spidey shots was so much easier with this figure. Pizza Spidey. It's like a nice marriage between those two figures. It wasn't too thin, it was fully articulated, and it had the look. The joints were nice and strong, and instead of articulating his hands, they gave you extra hands. He has open hands for wall crawling, a fist, and a web shooting hand. Both left and right. Anyways, that was just a little history of Marvel Legends and where it started and where it is now. I tried to display everything in the story, but one of the other things that Marvel Legends started to do was give interchangeable heads, which was a really big deal. It kind of followed the same trend as Japanese imports or Hot Toys. You had lots of fun options. We also received a really good Mary Jane. One of the fun things about Marvel Legends is they keep improving. So for a lot of people, they like Spider-Man 2099. That was a really cool figure when it came out, and I hope they improve it soon, because the second one they released was awesome. So the Ps4 Spider-Man is going to make up the new body mold, and I'll show you pictures in a moment. This is a really nice figure. They really improved on the sculpt. The articulation is very smooth. It feels more sturdy than Pizza Spidey. At first I was a bit disappointed because I really like Pizza Spidey, but after having this figure in hand, it's nice, and I'm looking forward to the new release. As we kind of discussed earlier, they also use the same body mold for Scarlet Spider. It didn't really register with me before that they could use this for Spider-Man, and my Scarlet Spider is just a little bit loose, but it's still a really nice figure. I always thought he was too bulky for this figure, but Kane was supposed to be a little bit bigger than Spider-Man. So the other figure that also has the same body is the Superior Dr. Octopus. And this figure came out so well. I love the paint, the details. I mean, it's got that same body mold, so it makes him look menacing. But it just feels so smooth. It really does. I can't emphasize that enough. It's nice to articulate. Here's a shot I took of the Ps4 Spider-Man. And it was so much fun to work with. I can't wait to do more. That brings us to the next phase in Spider-Man Marvel Legends. Later this year, we're getting a new Spider-Man, an animated series classic Spider-Man. And it looks like it'll be using that same Ps4 Marvel Legends Spidey mold. That announcement was super exciting, but this is even more exciting. We're gonna get a Peter Parker action figure, which I think everyone's wanted for the longest time, so this is so exciting. We'll also be receiving a classic Gwen Stacy with an interchangeable head. You can change this figure to be Mary Jane. And I think the biggest thing is that it's the creative possibilities that are exciting, the storytelling possibilities of having civilian-clothed characters that you can have fun with. I hope this opens the door for a lot of other characters, because I think that's what collectors want. And for new collectors, it's a great jumping-on point. Big thanks to Toy Shiz. He let me use his Instagram pictures from Toy Fair of the new animated series Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures. He's a great reviewer here on YouTube. Go check him out. I'll make sure to put a link to his channel in the description down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, action figure fans. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to do a version of this with Venom, or Spider-Man villains, or the X-Men or Fantastic Four. There's so many possibilities. And for my Pokemon fans, this is the ant you always see on the Pokemon in the videos. His name is Gomez, and that's his little buddy Grub. Big thumbs up to the figures, especially Pizza Spidey. Next up is Metang Makes Friends, Part 3. Please take care, everyone. It's kind of a crazy time right now, I know, but we're almost through this. Watch out for each other, and make sure to wash your hands. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.